Hello, this is Mrs. Ringrose, and I'm back, and I feel a lot better since my last video. I hope that I didn't bore you too much, and I'll try to be a little bit more peppy this time. The next skill that we have to work on is solving an equation when there's like terms within the equation that we have to take care of first. So before you can perform inverse operations, so remember those are the operations that undo each other, the equation must be simplified first. Simplifying is all that stuff that I made you do at the end of last chapter, where you either combined like terms or you did distributive property. That stuff has to be done first. So then that means, this means all like terms are combined. All right, so the first example here, you might notice that there is a 6x and then there's a 2x added to that. They're both x's. We know that we can put those two terms together, so I'm going to actually combine them and get 8x equals negative 48. So I'm not doing anything to both sides of the equation. This is not an inverse operation. This is a simplifying step. You can just write simplify, or you can say combine like terms, or you can say CLT. The next step, you may have to add something, you may have to subtract something to both sides, but we're noticing that it's just 8 times x. So in order to undo that multiplication, I'm going to have to divide both sides by 8. And I get x equals negative 6. And then, of course, I always want to go back and just check to make sure that I did this right. Now, you could put it in the step before, but it might make more sense to put it back in the original equation so that in case you made a mistake with combining, you can double check for that. So 6 times negative 6 is negative 36. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. And because they have the same sign, I'm going to add them together and keep it negative. So yep, this checked out. All right. So again, all I'm doing is adding that combining like terms skill to what we've been working on. And if you feel good with that, then this is probably all the video you need to watch. Just make sure you try all the examples in the slides and have it checked off so you know what my expectations are before you try to do a lot on your own. You don't want to do them all wrong, is what I'm saying. Get some checked off. All right, so the next example, we have the x on the right side of the equation. So I'm going to go ahead and focus on that first. Negative 3x minus 3x, those are my like terms. So I have negative 10 equals negative 6x plus 8. So I combined my like terms first. Then I'm going to go ahead and notice that I have to get rid of this plus 8. So to both sides of the equation, I want to subtract 8. Because that is using my additive inverse property. These 8's go away. And I'm left with negative 18 equals negative 6x. Make sure that you're adding, your signs correctly. Next, I'm noticing that it's negative 6 times x. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. And my final answer is 3, which is positive, equals x. And as usual, we should check our answer. So my question is, does negative 10 equal negative 3 times 3 minus 3 times 3 plus 8? There's a lot of negatives in this problem. It's a really good idea to check to make sure you got it right. Does negative 10 equal negative 9 minus 9 plus 8? Does negative 10 equal negative 18 plus 8? And the answer is yes. So that was checked. Okay, and I think this is one final example for you today. There's a couple more. You can try those on your own, though. Just one more I'm going to do with you to keep this video short. Again, please ask for help. So on this one, you just see an x minus 5. Remember, you can go ahead and put a 1 there to remind yourself that's 1x minus 5. So I'm going to put these together, and I get negative 4x equals negative 14. I'm going to bring down that 6 in front. And so all I did there was I combined my like terms. Now I'm down. It's completely simplified. I can't add anything else together. I can't multiply anything together. So now I'm ready to do my inverse operations. So the first thing I want to do is subtract 6 from both sides. Okay, 6 minus 6 gives me 0, so they go away. And then I have negative 4x equals negative 20, right? Negative 14 minus 6 is negative 20. So all I did there was I subtract 6. All right, and then lastly, this is negative 4 times x, so I'm going to want to divide both sides by negative 4. And x equals positive 5. Again, when you're dividing, you want to divide by the same sign so that the negatives can cancel out and you're left with positive x. All right, I'm going to let you go ahead and verify that this is the solution by putting 5 in there and making sure that it comes up to negative 14. And it's important that you do the next two by yourself and get them checked off. Let's see. Any of these crazy? Nope. Sometimes with this last one, you're just putting together those two. There's nothing else that you can add or bring down after that. So just keep that in mind. All right. Thank you. Have a great day.